so much of it is going to apply to no matter who you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
What disability a person might have, or not even a disability,
Right.
in terms
Yeah.
of just how you live and how a parish, what we need to be as people
Yeah.
of faith and as a faith community. Because these great points are also going to be able to apply if you have a child with autism, or if you
Mhm.
yourself have a physical disability, or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Right,
So-
and it's caring about people, and the difference would be understanding the specific nature of the illness and how that manifests itself. So
Right.
the caring point is universal,
Mhm.
but for people with mental illness, it might be a little different than people with autism or whatever. Yeah,
That's true.
yeah,
The fear factor is there for several of them, for certainly mental
Right.
illness and autism, and a lot of it, I think, is people just not knowing what to say, or,
Exactly.
or I might say
Yeah.
the wrong thing and trigger them off, or make
Mhm.
them upset, or
Mhm.
make things worse, and so it's better not to even engage.
And the first step is getting over your own uncomfortableness with, exactly what you're saying. I don't. What do I say? And you really don't have to say anything initially. You're just your presence, and then it'll happen. The more you're comfortable and they're comfortable, you'll find what to say.
Well, what do you think are some things a parish can do?
Well, I think the first thing that parishes can do is begin to raise the awareness level of mental illness, just what it is, so that combats the whole idea of stigma and the uncomfortableness with people who have a mental illness, because there's so much unknown about it. So you're really educating. And the best way to do that, I think, is through either bulletin articles. Well, I would begin by using bulletin articles, prayers of the faithful, and they're ways of sending a message to the congregation, the people in the pew, that this is a place that understands that mental illness is an issue out there and affects so many of our parishioners, either they themselves or through their families. And once you raise that awareness, then people will feel comfortable in talking about it. And that's what's been my experience, is that when we do bulletin articles in the parish, and when I am able to preach on mental illness in a homily, people come up afterwards and they say, gee, it's in my family, I've been affected by it. But it's getting over that level of uncomfortableness, is that if I say something, will the priest, will the deacon, will the pastoral leader understand? Because so many people who have a mental illness will say, nobody understands what I'm going through. And you really can't ever understand exactly what they're going through, but we can help and support them as they go through it.